Vietnam issues international wanted notice for Trang Pho Nui in connection with the major criminal case at Vietnam Construction Joint Stock Commercial Bank (VNCB. The Ministry of Public Security of Vietnam has issued a wanted notice for Ms. Pham Thi Trang, alias Trang Pho Nui, former Deputy General Director of VNCB, who has been identified as the key accomplice in the case. According to the indictment publicized by Vietnamese media in August 2017, Ms. Pham Thi Trang, also known as Trang Pho Nui, born in 1974 from Nghệ An Province, was implicated in the major case at Vietnam Construction Joint Stock Commercial Bank (VNCB) and was charged with deliberate violations of state regulations on economic management causing serious consequences. Ms. Trang is the younger sister of Mr. Pham Viet Thep, director of JSC Alpha Service and Trading Company Limited, an enterprise affiliated with Tinh Thanh Group. Investigators determined that Mr. Thep was a part of a group of directors set up by Mr. Pham Công Nhân, former chairman of the board of directors of VNCB and chairman of Tinh Thanh Group, to facilitate the illegal withdrawal of funds from the bank. An investigation has revealed that following the establishment of her association with Pham Công Nhân in Hanoi in 2013, Ms. Trang joined the Vietnam Construction Bank, assuming the role of self-declared Deputy General Director with responsibilities centered on capital mobilization. In this capacity, she played a pivotal role as an intermediary connecting Mr. Yan with major clients, including John Ngọc Bích, the Deputy General Director of Tân Hiệp Phát. Additionally, Ms. Trang orchestrated a fraudulent scheme to misappropriate over 63.7 billion Vietnamese dong. This was accomplished by introducing her brother's company, An Phát Company, which entered into a fabricated contract for an upgrade to the bank's core banking system. Besides that, the prosecuting authorities determined that Ms. Pham Thi Trang was also involved in facilitating the withdrawal of nearly 5.5 trillion Vietnamese dong from the bank without valid supporting documentation or the account holders' authorized signatures, resulting in particularly serious loss. Notably, since July 2014, when the investigation into Mr. Pham Công Nhân was formally initiated, Ms. Trang has departed Vietnam for San Francisco, United States. During the 2016 trial, the prosecution issued multiple summonses for Ms. Trang. At the hearing, attorney Phan Trung Hoài, representing Mr. Pham Công Nhân, proposed invoking the 2007 law on mutual legal assistance to grant her safe conduct, a commitment against detention. He argued this mechanism would facilitate her return to Vietnam to testify as a witness, thereby clarifying pivotal details of the case. However, the trial panel noted that Ms. Trang had already submitted a formal request through Vietnam's diplomatic mission in San Francisco, asking to be excused from appearing in person. On July 31, 2017, the Ministry of Public Security of Vietnam issued a decision to prosecute Ms. Pham Thi Trang for the offense of deliberate violations of state regulations on economic management causing serious consequences under Article 165 of the Penal Code. On the same day, the investigating authority issued International Wanted Notice No. 17 for Ms. Trang. At the same time, the police investigation agency under the Ministry of Public Security conducted a search of her residence to collect documents and evidence for the investigation. All of the aforementioned procedural decisions and orders were approved by the Supreme People's Procuracy in accordance with the law. Ms. Pham Thi Trang remains on the Ministry of Public Security's Special Wanted list, facing prosecution under Vietnamese law.